Go on.
It's crisp.
That was loud.
It's crisp.
Damn.
I like it. All right, and we are back. Right on schedule, like we said we would be on Monday. We're just going to pretend this was recorded on Monday, even though it's Wednesday.
Yeah, a couple days late on that one, but...
This is
life happens.
It's been a bit of a clusterfuck schedule-wise for the Premier League.
Yeah.
We don't know which game week we're in.
In the beginning of the year,
transparent.
we were like, this is easy. We'll have episodes on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Right in the beginning of the week, we can preview the games coming up. And then all that went to shit because these schedules now with delayed games, rescheduled games. I think in this week we have a game from match week 11, match week 18, match week 19, match week 17.
Yep.
Oh, shit, you're right. This is pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, in Premier League and Pints, we are trying
Me and Garrett are, was it? It's Blue Moon Light Sky.
Blue Moonlight Sky.
Dan's got
Dan's drinking a
Kona Big Wave.
Kona Big
yeah,
Wave.
Sponsor us.
So
No free ads.
except for that was a free ad.
We didn't say if they were good. Oh, I did say it was good. Damn it.
So free
Damn
ad.
you, get me every time. So where are we starting here?
Okay, so let's we're gonna set this up. So we have a lot of things. We had a lot of games happen, and we could sit here for 2 hours and talk about every game.
What you normally do?
But we're gonna try and save a little bit of time. We're gonna talk about games that either had some implication on relegation, some implication on movement in the top 6, or if there was some very specific reason we want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But I don't think we're gonna touch on every single game.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, should we just get going?
Yep.
What?
What
are you laughing at?
We left off on Arsenal and...
We've got to turn the TV off.
Oh, Lord.
Don't mind the background noise for the first few minutes there.
No cuts. One take only. One take only.
So watching us on YouTube, Dan is now getting up
Dan's
to...
getting up. Let's describe this here. He's now has the remote in hand. He is muting the TV. I believe muting, not turning off, muting.
Literally, can I just... All right, so for our viewers, if you saw my face, you realized I saw something. In my headphones, I just hear like some woman's voice.
It was a national anthem.
So I'm like, is someone singing?
Yeah,
Like next to us? Okay. All right, so
Hot start. Like you said, the Premier League game weeks are in shambles. We're in shambles.
We're always in shambles.
everything's
We
shambles.
really are. This is a clusterfuck.
All right, let's pretend like we'll talk about soccer now.
All right, so where do we want to start?
All right, so we left off.
We previewed the Arsenal Palace game, I believe.
Right, so that's where we left off. We haven't talked about that game yet, and I'm not going to lie.
We don't have
There
to.
wasn't much to talk about.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend too much time on it. That's coming off after 2 wins in a row, 2 or 3 wins. They just couldn't break down Crystal Palace in this game. Crystal Palace are like a Tottenham kind of team where they sit back and rely on the counterattack. Really not the most exciting game.
That's for sure.
Didn't love the Arsenal lineup either. But, obviously Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe are still getting time, and they were the best players again. Aubameyang looked a little out of sorts, but
That
he's
man has
starting
always
to
looked out of sorts until the game after this.
Until
But at this point in
past game.
time, he looked out of sorts
He
again.
did. But that's all I'll really say. At one
we-
point, that at home against Crystal Palace, you're going to want all 3 there.
Yeah, we didn't mention it, but the game did end 0-0.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thrilling game there. But yeah, I mean, there's really, like I said, there's not much to really take away from that Arsenal game. The other one that I assume we'll go over, a little bit more action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
talk about that.
you want to go right into that one, or you have something on this one?
No, that's
I was
later
going
on.
to say, the only thing they're missing here, they are missing Tierney in this game.
Yeah, he's a big loss there. And then I will say that they played Bellerin in this game. We played Cedric Soares in this most recent game, and he actually looked really good. So I think Bellerin's under some pressure.
Bellerin, who made our, I think, worst underperforming 11, right?
Yeah.
Mid-season?
I think so.
Still underperforming. Look at that.
Not even mid-season, quarter of the season.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell we did. Third of this. It was like third of
So
the way.
we're already half the season now.
Yeah, we're at halfway point. Oh,
But let's talk quickly about this next game, Wolves-West Brom, because this is a pretty interesting result.
Well, it's a
I
huge
think,
result for one team.
for West Brom. Yeah.
Right, the team that
Yeah.
won.
3-2, they come away winners. 2 PKs, but I mean a goal's a goal.
They'll take it. I'm sure.
2 interesting things for Wolves. Fabio Silva, who we were talking about a little bit last week, he gets on the score sheet. And Willy Boley comes back from injury and gets a goal and an assist.
He looked, even though they lose, pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
he looked involved, I should say.
Yeah, he got hurt, and I dropped him in fantasy immediately. Now he's back, and, well, there he is.
Well, I picked him up and he was on my bench this week. So,
There we go. Oh, Average too.
You hate to hear it.
but yeah, he's one of those defenders that last year he was a top defender in the Premier League, or like one of the most consistent, I'd say. Injuries this year have caused some issues there, but I think he's starting to get back to his, or hopefully he gets back to his best. But West Brom, big 3 points. Fighting at the bottom of the table. So
Wolves with a couple things to figure out now. A couple.
They're dropping.
Couple not great results for them in a row here. So, I know they're missing their striker, but every other team is missing people. Yeah, you got to make up for it.
Yeah, this result, I think, at the time. Right now, right? Is it this game week? I don't even know, but brings them 5 points.
Above Rel?
No, to fight they're only 5 points back now, out of the
Dude,
to get out of relegation. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're 5 points back from Burnley now, so it was a big result for them.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Anyway,
West Ham beat Burnley 1-0. Did West Ham play again? So I want to talk about them, but I'll wait. Yes, they play again. Okay. They get a win here. I'll just say who scored the goal. Antonio scores in the 9th minute, and then nothing much other really happens in this game.
First start
back from injury, yeah.
So big for West Ham. They get 3 points. We'll talk about them a little bit more.
This game or last game or the most recent game where he bodied somebody. It was hilarious.
He always bodies people.
He tossed someone. It was great.
Moving on.
Where are we going to now?
We'll touch on Leeds-Brighton. Leeds drop points against Brighton, who Brighton right now also fighting relegation.
And Leeds are going to be up for that relegation battle soon too. I think they're dropping.
I was going to say, Brian, you want to say something to the people here?
What are they in? What position?
Leeds are in
13th or something.
12th.
Okay.
They're still 11.
They're
still
11.
Okay,
they're fine. They're fine, but they're dropping points recently.
No. Wait for it. Wait for the downfall of Leeds. You heard it here for the third time.
This is a good game for Brian's takes so far. So he got roasted for saying Maupai's a good player, and Maupai scores the game winner, and he got roasted for saying Leeds getting relegated. And Brighton beats Leeds. So this is we're just going to mention this game just for Brian purposes.
Things are looking up, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel good now. I'm starting to come back into form, form I never had.
Yep.
So anyway.
Quick stat on this game. Unlike Leeds, they only had 2 shots on target and only created 7 shots, even though they had dominant possession. So kind of weird for them.
Yeah, a little bit.
Should we talk Chelsea-Fulham?
And we progress, yes.
We should.
This was an interesting one.
Yeah.
Really not too much in the first half.
Until Fulham looked better, I think, in the first half.
They did, and them going down a man was so unfortunate because they probably wanted and deserved more than
100%.
A loss there in this game. And if we want to talk about the red card, American
Anthony Robinson.
Not a great challenge.
No,
not a great challenge at all.
Especially when you have a 2-week game week in fantasy and he's playing for you. That's really a bad challenge.
Yeah. And you can't sub him out either.
No, you can't.
Oh, that one hurts.
Goes in late and goes in high. Azpilicueta,
Yeah. There's no argument. I'm pretty sure it's a red. There's not a lot you could defend that with, to be honest with you.
But after that, coming into the second half, I at least thought, I'm like, okay, this is exactly what Chelsea need. It's Fulham. Fulham have had an okay run recently. They're getting some results. I think they got a couple ties in a row before this, but now you're up a man. You're Chelsea. You really need to get back into some type of a rhythm. You're playing Fulham. They're a man down. I'm thinking, okay, Chelsea's going to come out. Maybe they put in 2 or 3 goals. Maybe this jump starts something. Nope. They kind of struggled to get one.
It's an interesting lineup too from Lampard. Now that I look at it, Rudiger gets the start. Zuma's typically been starting for the team.
Yeah, I think
Azpilicueta hasn't started in a while. Kovacic and Jorginho, those are names that you don't always see in there.
Yeah.
But I think the best player in this game was probably Pulisic. He looked the most threatening, I think, or at least from Chelsea's standpoint. But yeah, it's interesting lineup for me, and Frank's under some pressure.
Yeah, well, it's fine because the front 3 that they have in this game is the front 3 I've been telling them to play, but it just didn't work out that great, to be honest with you. Because I kept saying, you have 2 great wingers that play the ball in, and you have Giroud in the middle, and in this game it just didn't look great. So I can't even be like, oh, that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. Is Conte out, by the way? I didn't realize that. He is.
Yeah, he's not even
in the squad, so he must have pulled an injury or something in this game.
Pulled an injury. Well, it couldn't have been in this game.
Well, before the game, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was like being a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
so.
you already are a pain in the ass.
I know.
So Mount, let's give him a little credit. We don't talk about him much on the show. He kind of gets pushed over, but he wins. He wins. He scores, and Chelsea wins. We have another Chelsea game in this.
He does win.
In this lineup here, so I think we'll dive a little bit more into that one.
Yeah.
When we get there. So
Chelsea fans won't like that much.
No, they will not.
You know what? I feel bad for Fulham. They deserve so much more in so many games that they've played.
Yeah.
The Liverpool game, I think they outplayed Liverpool. They were outplaying Chelsea till the red card here.
First 30
they
minutes.
They played today. We'll
first
talk
30
about.
Minutes, they outplayed United for the first 30 minutes.
I feel bad. They were part of the relegation. I'm like, I don't see it. They can't go down. But you know what? If they keep getting screwed and fucking themselves over, eventually they're going to go down. It's hard to defend forever. I'm going to let Brian do the first comments in the Leicester-Southampton game because we made fun of him last week for a comment. So.
What was it?
You know what it was. You told me in the car. Come on.
Vestergaard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is out. I was right. He's out for 5 weeks. So I was fucking right. Dude got hurt. And they laughed at him.
We didn't laugh at him. We laughed at you. There's a big difference.
I was so fucking right.
But let's talk about Leicester.
Yeah.
I think this is the conversation we need to have. Well, should we have it now or should we have it after the next game?
What's the conversation? If it's what I think it is, shut the hell up.
It's not about Tielemans. Relax.
Are they title contenders?
Yeah. But you want to have it after the next game? That's when they play Chelsea.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right, we'll have the whole Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But so let's give them the props for this game. They play a good Southampton team, who's been going head to head, toe to toe with every team they've played this year. Southampton. They don't have Ings, which for them sucks. That's that's their big go-to guy.
And Vestergaard.
And Vestergaard.
Who's been in all seriousness, he's been one of the best center backs in the league this year.
Yeah, he's been super solid.
That hurts. I mean, you're down your best goal scorer and your best defender. That hurts a lot.
Yeah. This was a funny game to watch. It was kind of cool because even though Leicester usually plays on the back foot a lot, they actually created so many chances in this game, just moving possession wise. I feel like that narrative about them is starting to change a little bit. They're not just that counter. They have a lot of great spells of possession through the middle, and they work the ball up. And then their final ball might be a play through to Vardy, but the build up isn't just 2 kicks, long ball, bam bam. That's where it is. It's a lot of good ball movement between the midfield between Madison and the best player Tielemans and Ndidi.
Even Barnes as well.
Barnes is great.
You look at their midfield, and that's the reason why they're not that just sit back and then go forward kind of team. That's why they have possession. Look at the quality of their midfield right now.
Even Albrighton too. He's not the best tactical kind of player, but he's the guy that will run for 90 minutes.
He's that workworkhorse.
He's the workhorse, and
I feel like he had a good resurgence this year. He was kind of falling back a little bit, but I think he's kind of coming back here.
Yeah, and he was a big part of the the title winning team too. Albrighton. He's one of the loyal ones with Vardy too, who's stuck around.
I don't think the offers for Albrighton were as high as they were for Vardy, but he's still loyal.
Look at Drinkwater. He went to Chelsea, and now he's loaned out at some random
place in
team.
the middle of nowhere.
I don't know. So, but I think to your point, the style of play that Leicester's kind of they're working with, I think it's really developed under Rodgers too. I think he's done a fantastic job with this team, because I think at the beginning of the year people weren't really. Obviously, Leicester we're thinking they're going to have a good season, but we probably said they were going to be 6, 7, 8.
Right.
I know we're going to have the conversation later, but they are 100% fighting for the title right now.
We'll have the conversation later, but they are. It's very true. But I think we can move on. We'll get past this game. Like I said, we have a lot more to talk about. We'll have more to talk about them later. So we went 3 points for Leicester,
Who's
and
next?
we move on. Tottenham, Sheffield.
United, by the way. Sheffield United.
Sheffield United. Sorry, we apologize.
Yeah. Tottenham 3-1 winners in this one.
This probably had the goal of the week, I would say, if I had to put money on it. Interesting goal in the third goal for Tottenham. Not an uneven one-sided game, even though the scoreline kind of says it. Possession-wise, Tottenham controlled a little bit more, but chances-wise, it's pretty much the same. It's hard to say a lot about it. Sheffield loses again.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, loses again.
And again, no surprise. Harry Kane is. Tottenham. You see Tottenham score 3 goals. He's gonna have one of them. And you know what, Dan? I know you're not a big Harry Kane guy, being an Arsenal fan. I'm kind of gonna sick of him, just because he scores too much, and he's kind of bothering me now. I don't know why.
Dan just doesn't like when he ducks his head and the guy jumps over him.
That's cheap too. That's fucking cheap. That's how players get hurt. And then he complains about it. That's cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm starting to not like him anymore. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know why. I think you're rubbing off on me.
I support it.
I'd say it's Dan rubbing off on you.
I don't know why. I love Son, though.
Let's talk the Ndomble goal.
Yeah, what the hell was this? The first time I saw it, I'm thinking there's no shot he meant to do this, right? There's just no shot.
No, but it actually kind of looks like he did.
He might have actually.
Looks like it.
So he's running. diagonally
Towards the left corner flag.
right towards the left corner flag, and the ball is bouncing. Takes a touch. It's on his
Like right
outside
shoulder.
of his foot. Yeah, like on his right
Yeah.
shoulder, and he just flicks it.
Outside the foot, flicks over his head, over the goalie, side pocket of the goal.
Yeah.
Kind of almost unbelievable.
Yeah.
I definitely did not see a goal coming from that play watching it live. I don't think the keeper had any idea that a shot was coming at that point.
No.
Because why would you?
You want what this reminded me of? And correct me if I'm wrong here. Was this the free kick of Southampton Liverpool where Danny Ings kind of the same thing? Kind
Similar.
of flicked it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this reminded me of. But this was just that you could see Danny Ings like, okay, he meant to. This I still really just don't think he meant to
I think
score.
Ndombele's like falling over.
I think he's
almost
just-
too, and
like-
sorry about that.
I think he just meant to kind of just throw something into the middle of the box, hope someone was there, and he caught it just right. That and like you said, it was the perfect trajectory where there's just absolutely nothing Ramsdale can do. Even if you're expecting that, you're not sitting on your back post there.
I mean,
It's
I know
nuts.
there's been a lot of criticism of Ramsdale this year. I mean, he hasn't been great. I just think this goal it's like just such an unforeseen circumstance for a keeper. Like you just never expect this to happen to
I
you.
think you really do.
Yeah.
And it kind of sums up Sheffield's season in a way.
Yeah.
So even when like other teams against you, maybe they don't mean to score, they just do anyway. Like that's just kind of how it's going for them.
And once again, Tottenham plays a game, and once again, Bale doesn't see the field. Again.
Yeah, I don't know this. I feel like in the game like this too, it's
There might be more of a chance to see
62nd
Joe Hart coming in.
Yeah, it's
this
60.
year.
It's the 62nd minute. I mean, you're up 2. Why not bring him out for at least last 15? Like, get him out there, get him moving. Get him
Like, did he like? Is he like missing both? Like, is he like have no stamina? Is he have zero fitness, match fitness? Is he golfing too much? You know what?
Is he just fucking around in training. Like, is he not trying? Like, what's going on here?
I have to imagine you'd rather sit in Spain than in England, you know?
I mean,
I mean, if you're not going to play in either of the teams you're playing at, why not, like, get the nice weather?
Yeah, right, you're
hang
not,
out
sitting
in
in
Madrid.
you're not sitting in the freezing cold, pouring rain. Every
Yeah.
I mean,
goddamn
it
game.
seemed like him and Mourinho had a decent relationship going into this too. So you thought you might see him a little bit more. You see him in a couple cup games that they have, but other than that, he's basically been a ghost that wears a mask funny on the sideline.
Yeah, that's something that I'm really hoping. Just at least somehow, some way, some reporter figures it out and they just break the news, or like he says something, Mourinho says something, because genuinely, like, and we're experts, we're professionals, what we do here, and we know pretty much everything. But this
Right.
is something that we're just stumped on. We genuinely don't know. Like, I'm seriously like, I just need to know. I just fucked out on him. I just want to know what's going on with Bale.
Like he's come on a few times, and he hasn't looked out of place. He hasn't looked terrible. I mean, maybe not the player he was 9 years ago, but I mean he scored the game winner when he went on early in the season. I don't know.
One of my favorite things, I think it was beginning of the season, and we said, I think I said it. I think it was one of the titles of the episode, is Can Gareth Bale make Tottenham contenders?
Yeah.
And I was not even fucking play. We jinxed everything in this fucking show,
I mean,
man.
for a little bit they were title contenders. Not sure the Bale, but
We jinx everything on this fucking show.
let's move on to the most anticipated and most boring fixture I've ever seen in my fucking life.
This was so fucking dumb.
This was just, I was so excited. I sat there. I was focused.
I was
I'm like,
pumped.
this is it. This is the game. I can't wait. Top of the table, and it sucked.
Yeah, and this is the game where it went pretty much how I expected it to, except the goals. Like, I figured, I knew Tottenham, shit, we're selling them. I knew Liverpool was going to dominate possession, and Man United were going to sit back and try and counter. Like, you kind of knew that was going to come from United. But I expected at least Liverpool to get chances. I expected United to get on the break a couple times and put one or two in. Just nothing. I told Garrett on the way over here, the first 70 minutes of this game, nothing fucking happened.
Nope.
The last 20 minutes, it opened up a little bit. I think, Bruno had a chance that kicked out by Alisson, and then Pogba hit like a shot right at his fucking chest where Alisson was turning away from it, and it still fucking hit him and going. So Liverpool dominates possession. Man U has better chances. I think they had two really, really good chances. Liverpool had a couple I think a few that they just bombed over. But this game, I said for the last 20 minutes where it got somewhat interesting, this game fucking sucked.
The one thing I thought was like weird, I feel like Liverpool just like played a different style in this game than they've ever they played all season. Like the amount of long balls over the top that they tried to play in this game was just. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? You never play this way ever.
You know what? I think maybe a reason of that is Lindelof's center back for United in this game. It's not Eric Bailly, and Eric Bailly is great with balls in the air. Lindelof, this is what I've seen, is not. So, maybe that was part of the tactic there, but like.
There was just so many wasted attempts at cross-field balls or cross-field, to play a player in behind that just would just fall to the chest of Maguire or the chest of Lindelof, and I'm like, just a wasted possession. Like it just seemed like it went so against how they always play. It was weird.
Yeah. And then from United's standpoint, we'll talk about him we'll touch on their second game in a minute or whenever, real quick. But Martial, nothing again, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then Bruno, there's been I have the argument, but people are bringing up that
he's a ghost in big games.
Yeah, he's great when he plays anybody except a top 6 team.
Right.
That's completely fucking true.
Yeah.
Because today, he had a good game. This game,
I
didn't recognize him.
He didn't have a good first half. He looked like shit in the first half. He didn't touch the ball in the first half of the game. Today.
Nah, the goal just didn't make one save. It stretched. He didn't hit the post. He didn't have the assist.
That was the second half of the game, wasn't it?
No.
Today?
No, that was the first half of the game. I will bet money on it, Gary.
I think it was the first.
Okay.
It was the first.
Then it was the first 30 minutes of the game. He did not look great. He I don't know, like.
Then again, United looked like shit for the start of today's game. But back to this game before we got there. I said, you guys said it was the most anticipated game of the weekend, maybe of the season. 1 and 2 going at it, and it was fucking dog shit.
And I don't think there's one person that thought this was a great game.
No,
I think there's 0-0 games that can be great games.
This wasn't it.
This was not it.
I think Sky Sports, they, broadcast that or whatever, and they said this was their most viewed single sporting event in I don't know how many years, and this is what people have to fucking watch. It fucking sucked. So we're not talking about it anymore. I'll take a point though. I'll take it.
I mean, yeah, for you guys it was good.
Yeah.
Liverpool again drops another chance to. How many points have they dropped in their last 6 games?
Too many.
They're sitting 4th right now.
Ooh.
4th with their form being. Hold on, let's see.
6 points off first, but that game in hand for United. From United.
Their last league games, right? Let's see. Where are they?
Let's see. They're 4-5-1 in the last 10.
That's for them. That's
good.
Terrible
for them. For a team that was in first and reigning champions, not good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
And it's not like they're fighting. I mean, they're fighting this injuries at back, but I mean, how many times have they lost 1-0 or 0-0? It's not like they're getting outscored because their defense is lackluster. I mean, they're not. They're not scoring. I think they said they haven't scored. When's the last time they scored a goal in a league game? Honestly, I think it's like 3 games.
Let's see here. So it was the Man U. They tied them.
Right.
They lost to Southampton.
Right. 1-0.
1-0.
Right. They tied Newcastle. This is the 3rd game in a row.
Tied Newcastle. And then before that, they tied West Brom. So it's the 3rd game.
And then they scored 7.
So since they exploded in the Palace game, they've scored 1 goal in their last 4 games.
And for a team, with the firepower they have going forward, that's fucking terrible.
And it's not like they're not playing. They're playing the Mane, Salah, mostly Firmino every game, even when they were playing the 14-year-olds for Aston Villa.
All right, let's move on. We'll go over this one. Manchester City 4, Crystal Palace 0.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a game you expect City to win. I didn't expect them to win by 4, to be dead honest with you. I didn't expect John Stones to have 2 fucking goals.
You didn't expect John Stones to score? The guy can't stop scoring. What are you talking about?
Good one, yeah. That dude's just golden
He can't
boot.
stop scoring either.
Yeah. But John Stones, you don't expect him to have fucking 2. Talk about comeback player of the year. Holy shit.
Yeah, he is. Him and Diaz, I don't know if they're just like, they don't leave each other's side and they hold hands walking through practice, but they have been incredible together.
Yeah, it's been a nuts back line for you guys.
I mean, they even said, when Stones scores, the first person there to congratulate him is Diaz every time. The bromance is here, and I am here for it. I'm here for it all day.
Yeah, if your center backs are clicking and they're on the same page, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
And you guys were kind of struggling, your forwards were struggling with the ball in the net. Well, now you have a fucking center back to do it for you.
Yeah.
Just because fuck it.
Because, we score 4. Jesus plays 90 minutes.
Doesn't do shit.
Doesn't score. Sterling scores, which you'd expect. I think it was a pretty decent goal late. Gundogan is just I don't know what the hell happened with Gundogan
What is
this year.
happening with him? Why is he scoring everything?
I don't know what the hell happened with Gundogan this year.
Did he score today too?
He scored a PK today.
Oh.
Apparently now they're just like, let's let him score one every game. We'll give him the PK. Screw it. I think every other PK taker was off the field at that point. But, I mean, so we start again. We don't have Cancelo. We have Zinchenko on the left.
How many goals do you have right now?
Gundogan, I think, hit 5 today. It was just a good game. It was a game we kept possession like we always do, but we actually scored with that possession, which is nice. Because there's a lot of games this year where we've kept possession, created chances, and we've done absolutely nothing with it.
Yeah, well.
But I don't care about the offense. I don't even care about the offense anymore. This is the year of defense, and I'm here for it because I can. For the last 3 years, I've never been able to say that for a City game. But for once, our defense is just it. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Stone's confidence
got
this
Kyle
year.
Walker in your back line too.
Yeah, I mean he looked good today. I mean he got hurt today.
Say after today.
He got hurt.
A bit of an injury.
I mean I don't love Zinchenko. Like our depth at the back isn't there, but
who needs depth when you have 2 center backs that are basically dating at this point?
Even,
the same fucking wavelength.
Seems like a stretch, but whatever.
Yeah, you said they're holding hands all day, so it could be.
Even Bernardo Silva's been playing much better. I think the last couple
finally
games.
He's getting going a little bit too.
We were saying he was on the underperforming team of the year that we did too, and he's the last couple of games he's definitely stepped it up. And
here's my issue, right? You mentioned you're an informed player. He starts scoring now. He drinks everything pretty much. I say Martial's underperforming. No, he still fucking underperforms. This is bullshit.
There's no helping him.
Yeah,
we'll talk today. Oh my lord.
But I'm not even kidding. At this point, like, do we just play without a striker? Like dead ass. Like,
maybe.
Like, is there? Like, I would rather see Foden in this lineup than Jesus and moving around that way because he doesn't do anything. Like, our forwards just can't score this year. No, I'm not wearing the Jesus jersey. Shut up.
That was Jesus today.
It's the purple one, the Jesus one.
Oh, I got you.
But yeah, we win 4-0. Let's move on.
All right.
Great defense again.
My list. I have Arsenal next.
I have Arsenal next too.
So Arsenal.
I think that was the only game that day.
Yeah. So Arsenal 3, Newcastle 0.
Yeah, it was a good game.
After a 0-0 tie, this must feel good.
It did. And it's a game you should win at home to Newcastle too, but they look good. And then obviously the big takeaway from this game.
Oh, you guys heard that? Oh, the Amber Alert. Oh, they have found Aubameyang.
Oh,
they have found Aubameyang.
He's been found and returned.
I was building to that, but I was rudely interrupted by the Amber Alert.
Well, we can't control the Amber Alert. It goes off.
But yeah, the big talking point is Aubameyang gets a brace. He desperately needed these 2 goals.
Yep.
Desperately. I mean, they were pretty good finishes too, but the one I want to talk about is Saka's goal. He's been on fire this season. And again, it was him and Smith Rowe who combined for this goal. It was like really, really nice play too. I think it was like Aubameyang, Smith Rowe. He like torched one of the defenders and then just played in Saka perfectly.
You want to know what kind of hurts? We're just watching 2 young, really good players play for Arsenal. I don't know why that hurts me so much.
It hurts me too because
they'll probably sell them for no money.
They're either going to sell them or they're going to stay and not win anything.
Facts.
I mean, I don't know.
But I think another player I was harsh on was Holding. But he's been really solid, I think, the last couple of games we played in.
Agreed.
He's been one of our best center backs. I think when Gabriel's back and 100% healthy, he'll be a good pair for Holding. And then even Pablo Mari, who I think's out injured, he's been playing good as well. Party's back. He gets like 60 minutes or something in this game.
Yep.
But he starts the following game. Actually, this is the last game they played, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Never mind. So he started this game. I think he got minutes in the last game too. But I do like this lineup a lot better. I was saying before, Cedric Soares starts over Bellerin, and I thought he played really well. And then, yeah, I do like the Lacazette up top, Aubameyang out wide, and then Smith, Rowe, and Saka as our 4 attacking players. But
Isn't it the same lineup you just said you didn't love in the first one?
No. I was talking more about the defense.
Oh, the defense. Okay.
Tierney's out. I don't think Holding was playing.
You guys just got rid of a big
yeah.
defensive player as well. What's his name? You guys just
Also was what, defending the bench?
No, was Socrates?
Socrates, yeah.
He's gone.
He's
out
gone.
too.
They can't. they canceled his membership. Membership.
Membership.
It was a mutual agreement to terminate his contract.
Yeah.
I saw it today on Twitter.
Socrates came into Arsenal looking like he was 55 years old.
Yeah.
And just like,
and
he kind of played like it.
He looks exactly the fucking same.
He sucked.
Yeah, he's not good.
But Ozil. Should we talk about Ozil real quick? Or?
He is gone.
He's gone. Sold to Fenerbahce.
Gone. And took like a $200,000 pay cut per week or something.
Yeah, because he might actually get to play the fucking sport.
I mean,
you do feel for him.
That is not the send off that he deserved for the years he put in there. Feel bad. I do.
I feel bad, but I don't know. It's such a weird situation. I find myself on like both ends.
Actually, I think as an Arsenal fan, it's tough. It's because you really could see both sides of it.
Yeah.
But just not an Arsenal fan, just an outsider looking in. I respect him as a player and what he did, and he was such a good player that, at least in my opinion, I agree with Garrett. I feel like he did deserve a better send off. But then again,
than not playing for 7 months.
Yeah, he deserves better, in my opinion.
I agree too, because like the years where he was like he was insane. Like he
was nuts.
He created the most chances in the league. He had the most assists in the league for like 1 or 2 years. And he was just a part of every attack moving forward. And, that's especially when we had like Sanchez and everything. But the last couple of years, like you guys obviously know, he was a ghost in games, and he always seemed like he was like too lackadaisical and like just didn't give a shit at times. So I think when Arteta came in, he's like, all right, like I want people who are going to give 110% every game, blah, blah, blah. And Ozil's not that type of player, I don't think.
No.
So I agree with you. I wish he had a better send-off, but unfortunately that was it.
That was it.
All right.
But 3 points for Arsenal nonetheless.
Yeah. So the next one, don't talk about. You want to go into this one?
Oh, nope. Okay, we're going to a different one. Which one we going
it's up to you guys.
Let's go to this one.
Okay.
Go to this one.
Okay. So the Battle of the West.
I just wanted to talk about this game because I think we gave David Moyes a little bit of props, but like this man has brought this team from when he took over. I think they were in relegation or 17th place last season to where are they now?
They are in 7th, 2 points out of 4th.
Right. I mean, they're 2 points out of a Champions League spot, and they were literally fighting relegation when he took over. Yeah. So I didn't care about the game. I just wanted to talk about the fact that this man deserves a little bit of high praise for what he's done. Because he got the shit end of the stick when he signed for Man U back whenever the hell that was years ago.
Long time ago.
They said he sucked. He was a horrible manager. They fired him in like a year. And he crawled West Ham out of almost relegation, and now they're fighting almost for, what, you said, Champions League, 2 points away?
Yep.
I mean, I feel like it's getting overlooked a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
In a season of all this crazy shit that's going on, that's a very good accomplishment.
Yeah, I agree.
And Soufal's a freaking stud, by the way. I should put that there.
Another thing, too, just want to mention player-wise, Antonio, his second game, gets another goal.
They missed him a little bit.
Now looking at what West Brom was wearing, I remember the video. It was a West Brom player in the middle of the field that was just all over him, and he just almost a half stiff arm. I swear to God, this dude went like 15 yards.
He just run across the field.
He just chucked him. It was the funniest thing ever. But it just goes to show. I mean, like you said, Moyes doing a great job. Antonio he was out, and they still found a way to stay in the top half of the table. And now with him back, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We have what we're talking about coming up later, but I have West Ham kind of up there towards the end of the season. Kind of up there.
The craziest thing about the Antonio was, they were playing Allaire up top when he was out, and then they sold Allaire or loaned him. He's out. He left West Ham.
Maybe because they knew Antonio was coming back?
I know, but I mean, that's kind of a lot of I
feel like both of them on the field together could
putting all your
eggs in one basket.
That's what it is.
There you go.
I was gonna say something with chickens, and it just wasn't right.
Eggs, chickens, you're close.
It's don't count your chickens before that's not that's not what I was trying to say, but there is one with chickens.
What the fuck is this show? What are we on about over here?
So eggs in a basket. That's what I was looking for, right?
Great breakfast.
So they're putting a lot of eggs in Antonio basket.
Yes, I think they should have kept. I should have kept Allaire just because I feel like even if you start one over the other, I mean you can put them both in together. I feel like they would do some fucking damage. That's what I'm saying.
And they both
need to be up top. They're both point men.
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid you're down late in a game or you're tied in a game, you need the points. You take out a defender, throw two up top.
I mean, Allaire did have a really nice bike this year.
He did. It was sick.
But before we jump off really quick, Mateus Pereira from West Brom. He's been scoring like crazy too for West Brom too. He's been like probably one of their best players.
He ain't staying that long.
Besides, Gallagher's been pretty good too as well.
Someone's gonna take him.
Gallagher's always there. Like Gallagher just seems like he's mad at everything that happens. You ever watch him?
Yeah.
Like anytime a foul's called for the other team, he's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Every time. Like it could be the most obvious foul. Like,
Punch him in the face.
I'm like,
no way.
I'm like, relax. Like it was clear and obvious. Stop having a freaking heart attack every time there's a foul called against you.
But
Okay.
all right, this next game where we're gonna have a little bit of conversation about
Ho.
Leicester City 2, Chelsea 0.
Chelsea fucking blows. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Lampard Manager of the Year? Anyone?
I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Chelsea
that was
that might have been the worst take on the show ever.
bad take.
I'm fucking stupid and Chelsea fucking blows. All right,
That was
Lampard's shit. Get him out. He's
The
trash.
worst take ever on the show.
That was awful. I don't know why I did that.
You could have said like literally like 10 other coaches that would have had a better argument.
I think any other coach I could have fucking made a better argument for. To be honest with you, he fucking sucks. His team's in shambles.
Yeah, but I mean, credit to Leicester
Yeah, I say
again.
that too.
At home, Madison scores again. Ndidi scores 6 minutes in. This team they're getting better. And on the flip side of things, Havertz is so fucking bad. I'm sorry.
He's fucking awful. He is a waste of space. I get like people are like, he just came over.
He
You got to
needs
give him time.
time.
Listen, I don't care how much time. This man has played in probably 17 out of 19 games or 18 games this season, and he has done less than nothing when he looks like he doesn't know how to dribble when the ball comes to
And
him.
he'll just pass the ball out of bounds like an easy pass too.
Like, I mean, it's almost laughable. Like it really is.
It's such a shame too, because he was such a good player last year in the Bundesliga. He's been a great player for Germany too, but something's not clicking here. It's obvious.
It's Lampard.
You think they get a new coach and he becomes a superstar?
I'll say superstar. I think he actually plays fucking better. I think the whole team will play better.
I'm sorry, but they've put him on the right. They put him on the left. They put him they've drawn forward in this game. They put him up top in the one game, and he has still not played well. So we going to put him a fucking keeper and see if it works?
Well, maybe it's a style that Lampard wants him to play. It just doesn't suit his style of play. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't fucking
you
know.
can't change a whole team for one player.
Oh, if he's gonna be that good, you could.
Clearly, fucking not.
Well, Lampard's fucking stupid, and I don't know who would name him manager of the
And I
fucking
mean,
year.
it's not like he's not trying. I mean, Lampard changes the fucking lineup the formation changes every week. The lineup changes every week. This time it's Abraham instead of Giroud. Havertz starts, like I said, withdrawn. They give Odoi the chance over Ziyech. So, like, they're trying everything. I mean, they are really just throwing, again... Wow, what's the throwing the shit at the... What the hell is it?
You're not going with your...
What's the...
Throwing shit at the wall and hope it sticks.
Thank you.
Throwing shit at
Okay,
the
there we go.
fan. Oh.
Well, shit hit the fan.
Shit hit the fan, but throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. That's
Something
pretty
like
much
that, something like that.
That's the Lampard way right
I
now.
don't remember what it is.
It's something along those lines. You people get it.
Then you know what I'm talking about.
But it's not sticking. That's the problem. We need some like double-sided tape in here because it ain't sticking. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, on the flip side, though.
Double-sided tape. Love it.
Yeah, I said, Big Dan said, Leicester's fucking cruising. Mm-hmm. They know what the fuck is up right now. Like I said, and we mentioned this, we talked about, their previous game a few minutes ago. This midfield, and they came out of this game with a little bit different of a formation, but it's still with Ndidi, Tielemans, and Madison running that midfield.
It's a filthy triangle. Really is.
And Vardy up top. It's
And
nuts.
Harvey Barnes on the outside. I mean,
With Albright, and again, another player who you
We're just blaming the whole lineup.
winning the entire midfield.
but you know what they're doing is they found a lineup that works.
And they're sticking with it.
And they're sticking with it. Like, I understand there's a lot of games and some teams need to, like, rotate. I get it. But, like, it's either showing something about their fitness, that they're in good shape, and then they can play these minutes and continue to perform on a high level and get results. But, like, it's unreal. They're playing great right now.
Couple notes. Pereira
Back.
makes a change. He comes in for a little bit during this game, so that's huge for them. Because I mean, I don't know how much you mess with the lineup, but I mean, he was arguably their best or second best player last season. And there's one player on Leicester that I want to give a shout out to, that I feel like just doesn't give the credit that he deserves.
Kasper Schmeichel with the clean sheet, of course.
No,
Fofana?
Okay.
no,
There we go.
the guy next to Fofana.
Evans?
I feel like Evans needs to get a little bit of credit, because you know what always happens?
He's been around the block for a while, man.
We just always talk about the pair that he's with. We either talk about Soyuncu where everyone's talking about Fofana now, and you know who gets no fucking credit is Johnny Evans.
Because it's Johnny Evans. What are you gonna do?
But that's
You
the
can't talk
thing.
about too much.
He's a
It's
solid
Johnny fucking
player,
Evans.
but like I feel like he
Why
is
doesn't Johnny even talk about? It's Johnny fucking Evans. That's why I don't fucking talk about.
like he's just smart. No, he's not the fastest. No, he's not the biggest. No, he's not the strongest. But he has been a
experienced,
lock
too.
in that defense for a long time.
They just signed him this past year. But
Well, I meant this
I know
year.
what you're saying.
Sorry.
No, I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm saying like he's been a lock and he's experienced. He knows how to deal with these like all kinds of situations because he's been around it. But yeah, I think you're right. We don't give him enough credit.
I think too, he plays a big role with, especially it's Justin on his left. I mean, like I said, he's pretty much a veteran player at this point. He knows how to run the defense. He can help out the younger players. He's probably a good loud voice in the locker room to get everybody going. Like, you know what, Garrett? I didn't think about it. You are right.
Right.
You're fucking right. I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah, he deserves. He deserves, to get more respect and a little bit more attention. And now that we said this, he's going to suck the rest of the season because that's just what we do here on this podcast. We jinx everybody.
We drink too.
Yeah, we drink everyone, clearly.
But just speaking of Justin's been great for them. By the
Yeah,
way.
he's been phenomenal.
Literally another dynamic player going forward, even though he's playing at the back.
He could be a little bit better defensively.
Yeah.
He could definitely grow his game there. But to your point, going forward, he's been solid.
It's at the point now where it's like if you're a young back in the league, it's like, all right, can you send crosses in?
Go ahead.
Can you go forward? Can you defend? All right, well, it's all right. We'll give it a shot anyway and see what happens.
Yeah, you're fast as shit. You can swing at a good ball. You get on the team. Get on that field. You can't defend? We'll work on that.
So, real quick, the Ndidi goal. Ball gets played in, corner, across, whatever. Bounces out. And I'm almost 100% sure on this one. He does not catch this ball at all how he tried to.
Nope.
And it was fucking perfect.
Post in.
It was
a
probably
great
the
shot.
great miss kick I've ever seen.
Post in.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, words. Mendy, God, I couldn't talk. Literally was just like froze. He just looked, tried to dive, wasn't even close. He was just like, damn.
The issue is, too, I mean, he hits that, and Mendy can't see that. There's like 5 players in front of him. So he's not seeing that to begin with. And then even if he does, if he can make an attempt and he reads that off his foot or shin or wherever the fuck it hit, he's not getting there. It was like outside. It was like swerving away, and then it came back in and just hit the post so perfectly where I thought it was going to hit the post and go out the other side. But it hit the post and then went opposite side netting.
Speaking of Johnny Evans, I don't know, very important in this goal here is that Johnny Evans pulled like a fucking Matrix move to dodge the Ndidi shot.
He did.
So he didn't touch it, and it worked. Like literally, was like flew over his shoulder, and then went in the goal. It's pretty funny.
Way to go, Johnny.
There you go,
Yeah,
Johnny.
And then James Madison, player you expect to get,
Been on fire recently.
on the score sheet recently.
He's
What
so
the
good.
fuck was that?
I don't know what what do you do if you're England and you have to choose between Madison and fucking Grealish? It's like,
Find a way to play on both.
yeah, just change your line,
How
change
do
your
we get
formation, change your formation.
For 5 center minutes? I don't know.
We're gonna play
Figure
a
it out.
4-6. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna play a 4-6.
But let's talk about it. Are they title contenders?
Leicester?
Yeah.
Fucking damn right they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they
100%.
are.
Listen, if you,
And
I don't even get why
and-
that's a point of topic right now. I mean, they're arguably one of the best teams in the league right now.
And
They're
when
second
you
in the
look-
table.
So when you look at like right now, like even like the top 6 and the team, some players, teams that are pushing, like in our title contenders, you can make the argument that they may be the favorite. They have every game they're in. It's not like they're barely hanging on. Like Man U are barely getting wins. They're dominating games. Like they look good in all areas of the field. I just feel like currently right now at the halfway point with their run of form, I personally think they could be the favorite at this point in the season to win it.
you know what my thought is on this is that if you had the exact same players with the exact same record and you change the crest to any Big 6 crest, every single person would say they were title contenders.
Yes.
It's literally just because they're Leicester that they don't get enough credit.
I agree.
I think that's true. Like if any team at this point is in third place, a game and a half back, and you change it to a Spurs logo or a City logo, you're gonna go absolutely they're contenders. What are you fucking
That
stupid?
was the most American thing I've heard come out of my mouth.
What?
In third place, a game and a half back.
Well,
That
what
was-
do you want to say? A match and a half? Like
Points.
I was trying to say like they have a couple games over the teams behind them. But
games and a half. You said game and a half back. I'm like,
yeah,
fucking them a baseball playoffs.
But you know what I mean? Like it's
I get
just
what you mean,
it's the Leicester. They're just getting. They don't get the credit because
they're Leicester.
They're Leicester.
Yeah, they're not Man City, Man United. They're not Liverpool. They're not that well known.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, they're not like a huge team. Like you said, like America, the top 6 teams, right? As an American, you're a fan of them. But they said Leicester, the only reason you know them is like, okay, cool, yeah, they won a few years ago. But other than that, no one gives a shit. No one really knows what they are.
It's almost like people don't take them seriously yet. And they're a very serious team. Like,
right.
They won the league and it was a fluke, whatever. Like, they, what was it, 1 to 150, whatever their odds were.
You bet like $1, you won 5,000. I think it was. It was fucking crazy.
And that was obviously, a crazy year. But ever since then, they've sold players, they've invested in the right positions, they've, groomed players into, star players in the league.
They've hired the right coaches.
They've hired the right coaches. What's his name? Roger's been a great addition to this team.
Absolutely.
And they play some of the most attractive soccer, I think.
Oh,
like we said, their whole style is changing away from just sending Vardy in. Obviously, there's some of that, but you still have.
It's not a bad tactic. Don't get me wrong. It's worked in the past.
Yeah.
But you have to have both things, like you said. And they've changed towards that.
Yeah. So, I think they're very much a title contender,
and you know what I think works for them too, even a little bit, is that because of who they are, because of the team they are, they keep that underdog mentality.
Yeah.
If you saw the interview after the game, they talked to James Madison, and he was like, "Do you guys think you're contenders?" And he's like, "Man, I don't want to give you yeah." He's like, why? We look to our next game. We don't look in. All we're worried about is who we play next, whether it's third division or second division Brentford, or if it's Chelsea, we're just focused on the next game. And that underdog mentality is what drove them to a fucking title 4 years ago and could possibly drive them to a title this year.
Like I said, and even like I said, they if they're looking for the next game and say it is a team, a league or two below them, at least I feel they go into that game, okay, we're still the underdog. We're playing a team who's 2 leagues below us fighting for their lives, and we're still supposed to be the underdog. I feel like that you're right. That's their mentality, and
it works.
Yeah, it's like Dan said, like the style they play, it's so attractive, and they not just
you know what I mean? Say attractive on this podcast today.
But I mean the way they
sexy,
it's fucking gorgeous.
Their play alone, and then the fight you see on the field too. It's not just how they play; it's that every single player for 90 minutes gives everything they have. There's no shortcuts. There's no not they all just. You look at big teams like some players they all. Phil Martial for United just throws his hands up when things don't go his way and he just kind of complains. Leicester, if you think you get fouled and they don't call it, they get up and they put their fucking ass back and try to win the ball back. They're not divas.
What are you gonna say, Dan?
So
I was gonna say I think Vardy and Schmeichel and guys like that are a big reason for that mentality
too.
It's
like the veteran leadership.
Yeah, and you can tell that they're very serious, very game oriented and results oriented, and it's worked wonders for the team so far. So.
Well done, Leicester.
So on the other side of as Leicester title contenders, what the fuck is wrong with Chelsea?
Everything? I don't know.
I think expectations were too high.
Fire your coach.
I mean, there was a lot of rumors coming in before this game, even that if they lost this game, Lampard was out. Now I don't know how true those rumors were or how accurate those reports were. But are we getting to that point? Are we there?
We've been there. Ever since I said my fucking piece.
I mean, he did better on a year when he had zero money to transfer and was transfer banned than when he spent 222 fucking million.
Yeah.
And now they can't win a game.
Listen, I'm trying to look forward to the next game. I think they don't play this coming during the week. I think they don't play till the next weekend. And they play Burnley. If they lose to Burnley, he better be gone before he gets back on that fucking bus or back in the locker room. He better be out of that if they lose again.
Now, like we've said in the past, though, he's a club legend, so the leash I think is a little bit longer than the average coach.
I agree.
Which I think I think the same thing's going to happen for Arteta. I think he has a little bit longer leash because
he also didn't spend $222 million
on players who haven't done fuck all.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look in the lineup for this game, where is it?
No, where is it?
Like you said, we don't have Ziyech. We don't have. I mean, they get subbed in, but we don't start Werner and we don't start Ziyech.
Yeah.
We start Havertz, and Havertz sucks ass.
Yeah.
So
He's not good. This team's in shambles, man.
Even Chilwell hasn't been playing that great recently either.
No.
no, the problem, him and Pulisic don't gel together because they both want to get up into the same area,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work.
Just crowds out, yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
You gotta figure something out.
don't get me
Dude,
wrong.
You know what's good thing is we don't have to figure anything out. Frank does.
And I think the thing is, too, what makes it a little bit better is Chelsea. I love watching them fucking struggle. It's actually fun, though. I mean, it's sad, but it's so funny.
I mean, I'm going back to our
It's so
preseason
fucking
predictions. I mean,
funny.
how many of us had Chelsea top 3? I think almost all of us.
Me? I know for a fact I did.
And they're sitting where right now?
They are currently in 8th. They are...
And in terrible form.
2 points ahead of Arsenal right now.
Yep.
How often have we talked about how much Arsenal sucked this year?
Yeah.
And this is really the first time. I mean, we've mentioned a little bit. This is really the first time we're like looking at this Chelsea team saying like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yep.
I'm like dog shit. That's what I do.
So
All right, we've bashed them enough. Actually, wait. Fuck you, Chelsea. Now we have.
Lampard for manager of the year.
Fuck off.
It's still the worst take to this day.
I jinxed them.
You know the only thing that's like bad about when we post our TikToks is that like it's very hard to see when the original date of the TikTok was.
Oh yeah.
So like we'll get comments like, "How could you pick Lampard?" And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's not a great choice, but like it was a month and a half ago. Like this was not taken into consideration like when we did this. Let me put
The
that.
other thing is when we pick players and we're talking about them, so it's like, why don't you pick this guy? Like, well, if you watch the whole clip,
Yeah.
and like we did mention him, we kind of shouted him out, we gave the reasons why not him, but we're only putting who we picked in here. And then like some people were like, well, you're still wrong. I'll be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go watch it now. I like you guys. You guys are cool.
So
But Man City, Aston Villa.
yeah,
What do
so
you think?
talking about games that could be 0-0 and be exciting. For the
This
first
game was
70,
fucking
80
fun.
minutes, 78 minutes of this game, there was a chance every 10 fucking seconds just no one could score. I mean,
Yep.
the amount of balls that were driven across the mouth of the goal to no one at the back post, or balls that got deflected, hit the post. Cancelo hit the crossbar. Villa played balls in that just freaking transferred over from Chelsea. Looks like an army general.
Oh, Barkley.
Yes. Barkley had 2 chances. Barkley had 2 chances in the box.
So when you said that, I could picture him. I just couldn't get the name out.
God, that's pretty funny though. But like, I mean, this game was just crazy. I mean, like, there wasn't even like shots on goal. It was just chances that were off by just like millimeters or centimeters to being connected, and even like the play within the midfield was great. I mean, again, the City controlled possession, which they're bound to do no matter who they play. It's just how their style of play is. But this was such an exciting game. Even as a City fan, I mean, obviously I want them to score, but just watching the back and forth between the two teams was great. Once again, the bromance center backs. I think they said it's been like, I forget what the amount of minutes were, so I don't want to be wrong, but like with Diaz, Stones, and Ederson on the field, it's been like a crazy amount of time since they've conceded a goal or something like that.
The one thing I do want to say about the City backline, this one, Kyle Walker to start. However, how long did he go?
I don't know. Grealish is kind of a scumbag, I'm not going to lie.
30-something minutes. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of like fell on him or stomped on him. What the fuck happened there?
What? So, like, it was kind of weird. Like,
It was weird.
Grealish kind of like hung on his shoulders and like turned him around, and it
That's
kind of
what it
seemed like
was.
when he was on top of him, like Walker like put pressure on his ankle.
He twisted
and he tried to
something.
run it off. I mean, he tried to run it off, came off the field, went back on the field, tried to run it off again, and then eventually got subbed out for Zinchenko. It's kind of sad. Like, it's gotten to the point where I'm kind of like, oh no,
He's hurt.
he's hurt.
Meanwhile, this is the guy you spoke about being the most overrated player in the
Overrated
Premier
player.
League or something like that.
One of the most overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, this year he's proved me wrong, but again, so we put in Zinchenko, which a little worrisome. But he's got his twin brother in front of him in De Bruyne, so that's always good.
Now, I think the talking point of this game is the first goal.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a fun game to watch, but the first goal just kind of added a little bit more drama into the mix.
I mean, so much drama that the freaking coach for Villa,
Got tossed.
Thrown out, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Dean Smith gets
Smith.
chalked from the game.
Yeah. It's interesting, too. So the ball, and it goes to go all the way back to the keeper, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
And I think it is is it Ederson who's playing the ball forward?
Sorry, what?
Is it Ederson who's playing the ball forward and Mings is going to win the header?
No, it's it's a ball coming. The ball comes from the Villa. I don't know if it's
from
Martinez
the
that
Villa
kicks
keeper.
it.
Yes, it was. You're right.
Yeah, Martinez
Yeah.
plays the ball out. And I mean, Rodri is jogging back. It's probably at this point when the ball from Martinez is played,
About
he's
15 yards
probably
offside.
20, even maybe 20,
Yeah.
20 yards offside. I mean, he's gingerly getting back into play.
It's a brisk walk, to be honest.
And that might be even just exaggerating. So what happens is Martinez plays the ball out. I forget who heads it. It might have been Gundogan. It was someone in our midfield. Heads the ball, kind of like a floating high header back towards the Villa defense.
It's Mings, right?
Yeah, and it's going to Mings. And at the point where Mings touches the ball, it's hard to say because when the header comes in from Gundogan, it's hard to say if Rodri really makes any effort to go play the ball. Because he really doesn't. He's just jogging back straight. Like, he doesn't change his path, doesn't get any faster. He's just jogging straight back to the play. But back to the play for him happens to be right where Mings is standing. I mean, that's just where he was heading. So the ball gets played up in the air. Mings, not realizing, I think, that there's still a player behind him from the previous play, tries to just like bring it down on his chest and then brings it to his foot. And at that time, Rodri retreats, takes the ball away, and then 2 passes later, Silva scores a great goal.
You know what? And I think, like you said, Villa's pissed. I get it. But when I watched it back, it looked like you said Mings had it on his chest, his foot, and I think at that point somebody might have yelled to him to turn. It looked like he turned the wrong way into Rodri.
Yeah.
At which at that point, he pretty much gave him the ball. How can he be offside? I get he came from the offside position when the header first came in, but if the Villa player has possession of the ball and someone just comes and takes it from behind him from an offside position, the ball was technically never played to him to begin with.
Right.
So he can't be offside.
I mean,
I understand why he's not. I can see why you're going to be annoyed because it happened so quick.
Yeah.
But
They
I
said-
think personally, I thought he was on.
because they say letter of the law, he's onside. Because
Yes.
as soon as Mings brings that ball down and creates possession, it's a new event. It's not connected to the last play that
To that
happened.
header.
So
Yeah.
So Rodri coming to steal at that point has no effect on the game. Like I said earlier, though, what's kind of funny, like what if Rodri's standing offsides, literally a foot behind Mings, and this happens? He brings it down and then steals it from him. Is it the same thing, or is it just the distance between him and Mings in the beginning is what made it not offsides? Like, it's
Yeah,
a very
think-
weird situation. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that happen.
I
at
do
least
think
recently.
because he was so far off when the header came in originally and when that ball was originally played, I think that's what caused the argument. Like I said, he was like walking back. But once it got down to Ming's foot, he was only within. He was pretty much on him immediately.
Yeah, he's probably within 3 yards of him.
I think it
behind
was
him.
the original distance that made it seem so bad. I think if he was standing behind him in an offside position, it was brought down, and then he kind of came around, stole it. I think it's a lot. It's not as big of a deal as it was made out to be. But I think either way, like I said, the losses he's on, I think he's on. It looked like Mings, like I said, turned into him a little bit. So I don't know. I don't see why you need to get a red card.
Yeah, so Dean Smith argues, gets a yellow. Ref starts to walk away.
Says something else.
Says something else. Ref turns around and goes, "Really, Dean?" Gives him a red.
Get the fuck off the field.
And then the penalty later on, I think it was a pen. I don't know. I guess I'm biased. I don't know. I heard some people say it shouldn't have been a handball, but I don't know. It looked pretty freaking obvious to me. I mean, it's a ball played back post. Jesus is standing by himself pretty much. Heads the ball. The defender has his arm here, probably,
It was away from his body. It's a handball.
and hits off his hand going towards goal. I don't know. I think it's a handball. I might be crazy, I guess. And then I think our leading goal scorer, Gundogan, steps up and takes it. I mean, they said, I think, this is the first player on City to reach 5 goals this season.
Huh.
That's crazy.
John Stones is not far behind, though.
Stones, I think, has 2 or 3. I mean, Mahrez has, I think, 3
That's
or 4.
so funny to me how he's not.
Foden has a couple. Sterling has 4, I think.
Where has how many?
Aguero hasn't played a fucking minute, I feel
There
like,
you
this
go.
season. He's in COVID protocol,
Jesus has
so
like none.
Jesus has just been there.
So Aguero went from injury to like, all right, I'm working it. Now he's COVID protocol.
Yeah, he's in
That's
COVID
kinda-
protocol.
okay, well-
He's still isolating.
Tough. All right.
So
We finished
that's
these-
a big win, though. I mean, Villa's not an easy team this year. I mean, that's a good win.
No.
I was happy about it. I was worried that when it was 0-0 late on, that all it took was 1 goal in that game, and Villa they were pressing. So
Last game.
Finish it out. Man U 2, Fulham 1. First 20 minutes, Man U doing what they do on the road, looking like absolute dog shit. 5 minutes in, the Lookman goal, I think it was Wamasaka did not have a good game. He looked like he just had no idea what was going on at right back. On the flip side of that, Luke Shaw, I think he had a second really good game in a row. He played good against Liverpool. He played good again today. But the goal, it was a through ball that was played through. Wamasaka's kind of, again, caught in no man's land. He keeps Lookman on. Every single United player, including Pogba, who's now in line with our center back, just went, hands are up, no one's moving.
Nope. It almost looked like De Gea. Like,
De Gea,
assumed it was going to be off.
So then De Gea's like, oh shit, now I got to try and make a save. And Lookman, he's in alone. It's a great finish to the far post. He could pose. I mean, he kept it on the ground. He pretty much passed it in the far corner. They went, I mean, VAR didn't really need to look at it too much. Like, clearly, Wan-Bissaka kept them on by like 3 or 4 yards.
It was a good yard, I think.
It wasn't even close. Yeah, and then after that, I think after another minute or so, United's like, all right, well, shit, we've done this so many times now. Let's do it again. The announcer just said before that, I think they said Fulham haven't lost at home when they had the lead at some point in the game. So, fuck that guy.
Not anymore.
Yeah, so then...
Cavani.
Yeah, this goal was weird.
Was it Fernandez that took a shot?
Yeah, so Pogba... Not Pogba, I'm sorry. Fernandez, left foot, hits the post. And I was pissed immediately because it kind of like it was coming back to him and he just kind of threw his hands up in disgust. And I'm like, all right, you fucking asshole with the ball. But eventually he gets back on the ball. He gets on the outside. He swings across in. And what's his name? Areola? Is that the goalie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
man,
comes out like on his knees.
Up.
And he doesn't get behind the ball. And he just kind of reaches his hands and like bats it into the ground.
Yeah, it was not good.
And then Poacher's goal, Cavani just sitting there. And he just fucking passes it in.
I mean, Areola wrapped that one up in a gift for Cavani.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to make excuses. The conditions were awful. At the beginning of the game, the ball straight up in the air. I think the wind took it like 15 yards backwards.
Yeah, McGuire, I think, went to
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was pouring rain on and off. I mean, he didn't handle it cleanly, I assume, because of that. But you got to get your body behind the ball. That has to be better. And then after that, I mean, it was all United for the most part. They had most of the possession, all the chances.
Pogba with a banger.
What the fuck is he up to? So he gets the ball on the right side. He brings it down originally. And he looks like he wanted to play it into Bruno. Doesn't. He turns. He looks to the sideline. Wan-Bissaka covered. He just takes. He's like, all right, fuck this. Takes 2 touches, looks up, no one's under pressure. And with his left foot from, I want to say, 22 out, just bends one far post. With his left foot. It was a great shot. I mean, he hit it. It wasn't just finesse. He had pace on it, too. He's been playing well. I think it's like the last 4 games, he's got like 3 goals in the league. So he's starting to get going a little bit, which is nice to see. And then after that,
Halfway through the season.
Yeah, then United do what they do again. They take a lead and they just say, all right, invite all the pressure. And they probably could have got scored on. There's a couple times the ball was just drilled across by Fulham and it needed a touch and there was nobody there crashing the box. It's a win.
Fulham gets fucked again. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Fulham.
I think that's it. The first 20 minutes or so, they were the better team. They were asking all the questions. United just couldn't settle into the game. But I'm getting sick of these fucking bullshit starts for United. Yeah, we keep coming back to win games on the road, down 2 goals. But I'm fucking sick of it. Just start the game like you go down. Can we just start the game like?
Dude, shut up! You're in first place.
I know, but we're not going to stay there. You can't when you play like that.
Well, we'll see later where we think we're all going to end.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, yes, I mean, Martial was the one player I'll touch on. He's fucking dog shit. Martial is
you said it.
Not good. I said something about most overrated players, and he was on there, and you guys were calling me out. Fuck you. He's bad. I don't know what to tell you.
Wasn't he supposed to be like the next
Wonder
Thierry
Kid?
Henry?
Yeah, he was. There's times where he just tries to take players on, and he turns it over, and he just throws his hands up, or at one point he made a run. He made a run. He was so far offside, he was complaining at the ball. He passed the ball out for a goal kick, I think 3 times this game. He just passed it out. He's frustrating. He had a header, I think it was right at... No, he bombed it over, I think, a header. But what?
Remind me, was there a game this week where like one of the midfielders went to play the ball back to their keeper and just bombed out of bounds for a corner? I can't remember what game it was, but that did happen this week.
But yeah, I'll take the points. Again, not convincing. It is nice knowing that if we go down, we can work our way back into the game and win, but not the way we do. We go down by playing like absolute shit.
Actually, we win Maitland-Niles, by the way. To Leno.
I think it was.
I think he like bombed one out from like 40.
he has done that. Yeah.
So anyway, I'll take it. It's a win. The last game, I think that's a part of this match week. It was supposed to be tomorrow. It was Liverpool-Burnley. Postponed.
They got postponed?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
According to my app, my app says postponed. Did it not? I don't know. Maybe not.
Mine doesn't say it.
Oh, no. What am I looking at? I was the wrong week.
You got me. I got no idea. I didn't know it was postponed.
So what do we want to talk about or review in this game? Upcoming games.
Well, we're going to try to do our next episode on
Thursday. Because that's after Tottenham Liverpool. So we get that up Thursday. If we get Thursday, get it up Friday, then we're good. Right?
One day, yeah. Or do we just do it Wednesday?
Well, we
gotta
want to see the result of the Tottenham Fulham game. Or Tottenham Liverpool game.
I do, but that doesn't give a lot of time for our listeners to get our episode.
It gives them
a day. Gives them Friday, assuming we upload Thursday night.
Oh, it's like clusterfuck.
Shit. Well, we'll figure that out on our own time.
Yeah.
Worst case, we'll preview Tottenham Liverpool.
Preview them all right now.
Anyway, and then we'll just go from there.
Let's preview them all right now.
All right.
All right. So should we start with tomorrow's game?
Yeah, we'll start with tomorrow's game.
All right, I'll start. Liverpool Burnley. I mean, there's really not much to say about this game.
Can Liverpool score? You could say that.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the game where they find their shooting boots. They're shooting boots, and they actually score some fucking goals. I think it's going to be 3-0, 4-0. I think they get some goals in this one. So
I just realized we didn't talk about Everton didn't play last week.
Yep.
They got postponed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I saw.
Postponed and Villa. That was Everton Villa. We were looking forward to that game. It got postponed.
So I'm gonna go Liverpool 3-4-0. I think they actually start getting goals. Who's next?
You can go, Dan.
You
if you
are.
want. You want me to go?
Yep.
Okay. Villa Newcastle. I think Villa's a better team. This is a remake of a game earlier in the season. Only game really this weekend. What?
A remake.
I don't know.
Makeup match.
I'll give them this season. I think Villa's a better team. I can see a 3-1 here. 3-1 Villa.
All right. Right back to Newcastle, Dan.
Right back? Do you say right back? Get it?
Fullback.
Fuck off. Go, Dan.
What am I? Leeds, Newcastle?
Leeds new, yeah.
Newcastle's home. Oh, man, this is a weird one.
Not a quick turnaround for him.
I think it's going to be...
Quick turnaround. It's like a week.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 2-2 draw.
Go back down.
To what?
For Newcastle?
For Newcastle.
It's a quick fucking turnaround. What'd you say, Dan? I'm sorry. We were rudely interrupted.
2-2 draw.
Okay. Garrett.
Why am I up again?
Want me to go?
Aren't you up?
I don't know.
God damn it. All right. Brian, do West Ham United.
West Ham's going to beat Crystal Palace by a score of...
That was you.
All right, let's just keep moving. Let's keep moving.
Can I get the score out now? It's going to be 3-1 West Ham.
Just keep chugging along.
West Ham, 3-1.
You do City, West Brom.
Okay, I'll do City West Brom. I think, like Brian said, hopefully we can find our shooting boots, and we get a couple against West Brom. Well, it's a game again. We'll control possession. Hopefully we can finish, and hopefully we either don't play a striker or maybe our striker finally scores a goal. We'll see what happens.
Your center back.
Don't count on
But
it.
as long as the bromance is alive, we're here for it.
Yep.
Good game here, Dan.
Southampton, Arsenal at St. Mary's. I think Arsenal are probably the underdogs in this one, to be honest. I'm hoping they can get a point, but I'm going to say 2-1 Southampton.
All right. Let's see here. Wolves, Chelsea. Two teams. What the fuck?
What?
What do you know? Oh, I thought something was wrong.
Oh, no, I was taking
I think half you're looking around. Wolves, Chelsea. Two teams who I thought at this point in the year would be better than they are. I think Chelsea's so fucking bad.
These are two teams in shit form, by the way. So.
I know, this is tough. I'm going to go fucking 1-0 Wolves. This game's going to suck. This game's going to be fucking awful. Watch me 4-4.
Am I really about to get Burnley Villa? I'm getting Villa again?
Yeah, you are.
Fucking shit. I mean, same thing I said for the last game. I think they're a better team. I think their attack is deadly. I think they can create more chances.
Burnley, right?
I would assume Burnley's a better team. All right. I think Villa wins again. I think Villa's a great team this year. I think they're one of the most underrated teams, honestly, in the Premier League. So,
Yeah. Daniel.
Fulham, Brighton.
Yes, sir.
I think Fulham, their luck finally changes. After a couple rough results, I think they'll get the 3 points against Brighton.
Big relegation battle here.
That is.
It is very important because I think if they win this, they close the gap on Brighton, which is like 3 or 4 points right now. So,
look at that. You got Man U. How about that? Look at us planning that out.
Man United, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
I think Sheffield's just bad, but then again, we could be bad at times too. I think if this is a game that Man U can get off to a good start and not play like shit for the first 20 minutes, this is going to be the team to do it against. I think we go. I think we take all 3 points. I do think because we suck, we concede 1. I think it's going to be 3-1.
To Sheffield?
Nah, we suck. We concede every game.
I don't know about that.
I don't remember the last time United had a clean sheet besides the Liverpool game. Before that.
You mean the one last week?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3. Make it 4. Rashford's getting a brace. 4-1. Man U.
I am up. Okay.
Good game.
Everton, Leicester.
Good
Hopefully
game.
we can get this game in. A team that we thought in the beginning of the season was title contenders, and the team that we talked about this week being title contenders. I can see this being a high-scoring tie, to be honest.
Everton hasn't played in a while.
Yeah, they're rested, that's for sure. I could see a 2-2, 3-3 here, honestly. I mean, Leicester's a title contender, but Everton's also a good team when healthy. So,
Yep.
And then Dan, finish us out.
game of the week.
Yes, sir.
Liverpool at Spurs.
what was the score of this game
This
earlier
is
in
an
the season?
interesting one. I don't remember.
They tied, I think. Maybe?
I can honestly see
look.
the same thing again.
got it.
I think Liverpool are their form draw, win, loss, draw. It's not looking like we were saying before. That's not the Liverpool from last year.
Let's see here.
And meanwhile, Spurs have put together some decent results recently.
Liverpool won 2-1 last time.
Mm-hmm.
I think
came
it's gonna be. I think it'll be a tie. I'm gonna say like a 1-1 or 2-2 tie.
Try.
It's going to be a dry tie.
Try.
It's like a Mai Tai.
Combined draw and
It's like a
tie.
Mai Tai. It's like a Mai Tai.
Dry.
But yeah, so that is our somewhat recap of this past few game weeks mashed
We're
together.
not even going to say what game week we just previewed
Yeah.
because I don't even know anymore.
Like I said,
So,
we give up.
we're gonna figure it out. We'll try and get that episode out to next week's episode out to you guys, so you have some time to listen to it. But I
yeah,
don't know.
we'll figure that out eventually.
We'll see. What do you do?
Oh, you want me to just like segue it? I don't know.
Segue.
Before we do,
Okay.
before we get into our little
Don't
topic
segue.
thing, I wanted to say something.
All right, so a piece of string walks into a bar, right?
No, we're not doing this again because that joke was hilarious when you told it the first
All
time.
right. If you guys want to hear the joke, you comment, you let us know.
They
Yeah.
don't.
They
Just real
100%
quick
do.
before we
You guys do.
No.
Before we get into our
So
topic that we normally end with, real quick, what now? What are you laughing at?
I was laughing at the joke.
Oh, the joke. It's a great joke. Yeah, real quick before we get into the topic, news that I know is maybe not too important to these two, but it's kind of big in the Premier League and important to me.
Like, we don't give a shit.
Maybe, you know, I care. I give more of a shit.
What kind of preface was that?
I give more of a shit.
I know these two guys
It's
over here
big
don't
for
give
me.
a fuck, but here's
It's
a
big
gigantic
for
story
me.
in soccer.
My God, we've been trying to get this story out for like 3 minutes. Say it, bro.
Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney has retired from the game.
And we do care.
He's now going to be the manager of Derby County.
You meant MLS legend Wayne Rooney, right?
Yeah, MLS legend.
He was a legend in MLS.
But no, he.
The 3 games he played.
Yeah. But no, he. You know, good luck to him. I mean, he's not watching this, but good luck to him. I mean, he was.
Good luck to you,
You
Wayne.
never know. Yeah, but he. At least for me, he was one of probably my favorite player watching Man U growing up. You know, I was lucky enough when they played in Washington D.C. at FedEx to see him play in person. I was like 10 rows away from watching him warm up, start of that game. So that was just cool for me. But yeah, just kind of big news in soccer and, you know, Man U legend for sure. So just want to get that out there. So I'm wearing my Umbro England jersey, my Rooney jersey.
Yeah, he,
Won that at the boardwalk jersey.
Fuck
looking
yeah, I
thing.
did, baby.
he had a great career. Scored some bangers throughout. The one bicycle kick will
Oh,
always
City.
be insane.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I was sitting at your house, me, you, and your dad watching that game.
Yeah.
I've never heard Garrett's dad curse for my life. That goes in. We're all shocked. His dad goes, "Holy fucking shit, that was nice." I'm like, "Well, there it is."
That was
So, yeah.
one of the craziest goals you've
Get
ever
that
seen.
out there. Wayne Rooney, the legend, retired from playing. So hopefully he could turn it into a good managerial career. Look at me, some big words for a fucking change.
And he shouldn't look for Lampard for advice.
No, we should not.
All right, so the last thing on our agenda today
Time to get yelled at by TikTok.
is our TikTok list of the week. All right, so we are.
Whoa, hang on. Why'd you say it like that? What was the head movement there?
I don't know. I was getting into it. I'm like in character. What do you mean?
Or character.
What character are you?
Me. So a string walks into a bar, right? Okay, so what we're going to do, and I'm going to stop laughing. We are midway through the season for about, 2/3 of the league because of how weird this year's been. So we are halfway through the season. What are your... I don't want to top back. Let's just rephrase this here.
Go ahead.
I'm going to rephrase this here. We're halfway through the season. What are your picks for the top 5 in order to make to Europe? And champions, obviously. Who would like to go first, by the way?
You do.
Why am I going first? I don't like
You
this. Okay.
introduced it. Yeah, good.
I'll go first.
first, go.
Not that I'm biased in any way, but Man City's in first. So my table would go Man City, Liverpool, Leicester, Man U.
Who's in fifth, Garrett?
Probably Tottenham. So it's the same top 5 as right now, just reordered. So it's, again, City, Liverpool, Leicester, Man U, Tottenham.
All right.
I'll go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it, Dan.
I do agree City's 1. I think it goes City, Leicester, United, Liverpool, Everton.
Damn, we're close. We're close.
I think Everton, they have 2 games in hand right now. I was just looking at that, and they're a point off of 5th.
I almost wanted to sneak Villa in mine. They're 3 games off at 26 right now. So, I mean...
Who'd you have second, Dan? Leicester?
I had Leicester second.
Okay. Then not the same. I thought.
Are you going United first?
No. I'm going to go Man City first, United second, Leicester third, Liverpool fourth, West Ham fifth.
We are going to get slammed
The only reason I
by
say
every Liverpool fan.
There we are. I
Yeah.
put them 4th. You put
I
them
put them
third.
4th.
We're on the fourth.
No, I gave him second, didn't I?
Yeah, you
You
did.
gave him second.
Look at me giving them more credit than anyone else on this table.
I just think for some reason, I know it's going to happen. I think it's going to come down to the last day between Man U and Man City, and someone's going to on City's going to break my fucking heart again. Someone's going to rip, and I know it's going to happen.
It's going to be Aguero, too.
It's going to be. He's going to get subbed on the last 10 minutes of a game, and it's going to ruin me again. That's the only reason I have Man U second. So
Aguero.
I do think West Ham sneak in there. I think they get fifth.
I almost, like I said, I almost wanted to put Villa 5th because, like I said, they only have 16 games played. If they win their next 2, they're 1 point behind. Actually, no, they're 1 point behind 5th place. But I don't know.
Before we finish, real quick,
It's a year that fucking anything can happen.
It really is.
This is, I think, the amount of people. I mean, we've had times where I think Tottenham's been top of the league, Everton's been top of the league, Southampton was top of the league, Leicester was top of the league, City, United, Liverpool, Arsenal in the beginning of the year because their name starts with A.
And they won the first week, so the second week, too.
So, I mean, there's been, maybe 10 or 9 different
there's been a lot.
teams at top of the table
Yeah.
this year? I mean, we can't say that for the last few years. There's been maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I know we touched on it before a little bit, but we said in the beginning of the year we were all high on Chelsea. We thought they were going to be within that top 4.
Not one of us put them in the top 5.
I thought we had Chelsea higher. No,
No, I meant like right now. I
said the beginning of the year we talked about it. We had Chelsea
We're
higher.
saying, like
I was
he's saying
saying
right
now.
now.
Oh, right now, no.
Yeah.
Like I know we mentioned the beginning of the year we had them high up there. We had some high
I think I had them
expectations for them.
second.
Realistically, where do you see them? Like, give me a spot. Realistically, where do you think they finish?
Realistically, I think right where they are.
7 or
8th?
8, yeah.
8th sounds about right.
Like
if you told me right now
I'm going 10-11.
between Southampton, Arsenal, and Villa, 3 teams behind them, they could all literally jump them.
I'm saying 10 or 11.
So
I'm saying 10 or 11. But I was just curious what you guys thought. If you thought they were gonna be worse than that, with the way they're looking. Because you never know.
This league is this whole is so crazy. I mean, between 7th and 1st, there's 8-point difference. Last year, I think there was like a 27-point difference at this point between 1st and the rest of the table.
Yeah, from United to West Ham, I said 8 points, and I think Everton have 2 games in hand. A few other teams have 1 game in hand. Like it was a fun first half of the year, and like we said, we don't know what's gonna happen. Anything can happen at this point.
What do you mean? Yes, we do know. We're experts.
Crazy year.
What are you talking about?
We do.
All I do is I hope that the second half of this season is like the first, so we get that. I want it to come down to the last week. I
do
want that
too.
drama going in to the final day, unless it's Aguero
Unless it's your
fucking
team.
me
Yeah.
over again. I don't want to be in that situation. Anyway,
Aguero.
fuck off. Are we good here? Wrapping it up.
I mean, I'm pretty good. Are you guys good?
I'm good.
You good?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for us.
Oh, Joe Morris, do you want to say that real quick?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to our U.S. men's national team fans. If you're from the U.S., thank you. Thanks for listening for us. Jordan Morris, our boy who has been, seems like, stuck in the MLS spell for his whole career.
Let's just say, like, before we preface it, like, I would say, like, when he was, like, 19, 20, like, he was, like, the next thing for the U.S. Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was, like, everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's going to be the next, superstar. And he's a great player. I think he shows a lot of promise, but he's had a couple of injuries in his career, and he's stayed in the MLS, which,
Some
only
serious
does so
injuries.
much.
Years.
Yeah. Like ACL, I think.
Yeah,
and-
twice, I think. It was crazy.
Yeah. And, like, he stayed in the MLS, so obviously it doesn't do much for your career there, unfortunately.
Even though
Sorry to all
everyone-
those MLS fans
Everyone
watching.
in the TikTok comments said we were fucking
Ripped
blatantly
us.
wrong about that, even though all of you did was prove our point, saying all the good players leave. But, I digress.
I wonder why they leave. But yeah, he's being linked to Swansea, and it seems pretty real at the moment.
Yeah, on a loan spell, but still.
On a loan for the rest of the season.
But
And
hey.
Swansea are close to, I think they're second in the championship right now.
Yeah, they're close to promotion. So
they are in second by 2 points.
So assuming he has a good loan spell, gets a little bit of time, maybe makes a difference. Do we see a permanent move? Possible.
I mean,
He's gonna hope for it.
you look at the rest of the U.S. I mean, there's a whole bunch of U.S. national teams now starting to play in the league too.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's awesome.
Robinson, yeah, and not just the Premier League, but Europe in general.
Right.
So.
So big news for our U.S. men's national team. fans.
And just our other U.S. player playing for Schalke, the 19-year-old, was it?
Came out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know who he was
Yeah.
before
Matt Hoppe.
2 weeks
He
ago.
has now, 5 goals in
3 games.
3 games? Something ridiculous. So
All you need is a shot.
maybe he's 19, so another player to watch out for.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like you said,
The
guys,
future is bright for our U.S.
and we
men's
don't
national team.
I don't remember the last time we got to say that. So
No, never.
Never.
yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thanks for listening.
The last
Thanks
time we
for
thought
watching.
our future was bright, it was Freddie Adu, and that didn't turn out so well. So
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Whether you're listening on Apple Podcast, Podbean, SoundCloud, wherever you're
Spotify's
listening
actually
on
our
Spotify.
most listened to platform.
Whatever you're listening on, thank you for listening on there. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. Liking the video, subscribing. TikTok, we passed how many?
3,000.
3,000 followers.
Big mile mark for the boys.
Thank you guys for that. You guys are blowing up all our videos, commenting what you like, what you don't like, harassing me like you guys always do. Thanks a lot.
It's very enjoyable.
But yeah, it's at League Pints on all the socials. Garrett has a new template set up for when we
post,
we
so
post.
you know when we're all
It's
posting.
on,
So you follow us on
it's
Instagram.
But yeah, thanks for the support. I think we are like 100 downloads away from 1,000 total
1,000,
downloads.
yeah, we're picking up some pace here, boys and girls.
And this will be the 19th episode, I believe.
Yeah.
So let's
Thank
see
you.
if we can get to 20 episodes and it's over 1,000 downloads. That's pretty fucking cool.
pretty
So thank
stoked
you
about
guys
it.
for that. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, all right, remember, was it good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you for listening, depending on where you're from. You're awesome.
Peace.